What's good, everyone? It's your boy Richard Wong, aka RW, back with another video. And today I want to check out the brand new plugin from AreDoubleYou called Bloom Vocals HEIR. Vocal sounds are always welcome into my toolbox, and I'm excited to check it out. So we're gonna make a beat from scratch using it, and then dive into the plugin and check it out. Not sponsored, by the way, but they did send the plugin to me for free, and the link down below is an affiliate link. But everything I say will be my complete and honest opinion, and they do not see this video or anything like that before it comes out. So let's get to it. All right, so because it's a vocal plugin, let's lay down some chords. Yo, this sounds kind of crazy. All right, let's go straight into the plugin. All right, so now we got the plugin open. We're gonna do a deep dive into the plugin a little later. But from first looks, it reminds me a lot of Arcade, because it looks like I got vocal chops laid out here with effects up here on the black notes, and I got some macro controls too. But let's find a nice sound. All right, so I found this Desire preset in the basic category, and let's lay it down. I'm gonna bounce out a high version just for some variation. Let's go straight to the drums. Yo, low-key, this is all the beat needs, just those two elements and the vocals. Like, there's a perfect amount of space for an artist to get on. All right, because that one was so quick, let's make another one. All right, for this one, let's switch up the vibe. Let's make it a little more slower, make it more like, I don't know, we'll see. All right, let's lay down some chords. Alright, that sounded nice. Let's go into Bloom Vocal HEIR. Alright, so I found the Stasis preset in the drones category. Now I was going through some of these, and the drones is essentially like a distant voices from Arcade. Yo, honestly, I think we can go straight to the drums again. Alright, so those are the beats. Let's go into the plugin itself. Alright, so here we are on Bloom Vocal HEIR. Like I said before, it's very reminiscent of Arcade. The way it's set up, you know, has all the keys down here. Right? And then you can change the key here. You go to minor, octave up, octave down, just like Arcade. And it also has these macro controls where you can, you know, make it warmer saturation. Speaker, which you can make it sound like it's coming out of like a retro speaker. Or just coming out of a speaker in general. Doubler, self-explanatory. Ethereal, I think, is like a more reverb and stuff like that, or a blend of different effects. Also, if you click this button right here, this knob, you can get some delay, modulation, reverb, low cut, high cut effects as well. Dice just randomizes everything. So you can literally roll the dice, see what you can get, and maybe it'll make something that you wouldn't be able to make yourself, or you wouldn't have thought of making. Next, we got the edit tab, where you can really like dive in and tweak all the things that you want to tweak. Each thing has a different one, so you click each note and it changes. Then you have a phrase player right here, so you can mess around, set different things. You don't have to click notes, you know what I'm saying? You can just kind of build it in here. Now, if you go down here, you can open up these banks where you can pretty much, you know, set different sounds to each thing and swap between banks. Now let's look at the presets. There's a lot of presets, and as I was going through them, there's actually a lot of variety. Now, basic is essentially like your basic chops. So this is very reminiscent of Hooked if you've used Arcade. And Drones, like I mentioned earlier, is very reminiscent and in the style of like Distant Voices from Arcade as well. Like these long, drawn out vocals that just sound like they're far away. Next we got experimental, which is exactly what it sounds like. A lot of experimental sounds. There's some chops. There's some other stuff too. Now there's harmony, which is very interesting because you can essentially play out the notes. So they're not chops, they're like instruments. As you can hear, they're in chromatic order. So if you're playing A, you get an A. You can also do chords. Next we got lead phrases, which is very similar to the basic, but it seems like they have a little more effects on them. Or you could say basic is more just straight up vocal chops, while lead phrases are like phrase chops. As you hear, every single key has like a little phrase in it instead of a chop. Now melodic is very similar to the harmony, which is, you know, playable instruments in chromatic. Next to the pitch section, which seems to be more vocal chops, except the chops are pitched up and down instead of like a normal voice. It sounds, you know, it sounds more pitched. So then we got rhythmic, which are more short chops. Probably in its name, these are usually meant for more rhythmic elements and not like melodic elements. And then finally textures, self-explanatory, little texture effects. And honestly, there's a lot of presets in here. If you look at all these, you know, some of them have more than others, but there are a lot of different sounds. But that's Bloom Vocal 8 there. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like these type of things with like vocals. If you enjoy using vocal chops in your productions and you enjoy playable vocal instruments, I definitely recommend checking this out. At the time I'm making this video, it is currently on an introductory price, so definitely check that out. Now, if you're not really into using vocal chops and phrases and stuff like that, definitely skip this one. This is definitely not for you. This is definitely for people who really like using vocal chops in their productions. Those who use Arcade, for Hooked, and Distant Voices and stuff like that. Now you're probably asking, if I have Arcade, I use Hooked, I use Distant Voices, is this worth picking up? Well, that all depends. It's all about if you want more. If you're okay with the selection you already have, you definitely don't need it. But if you always want to expand and get new sounds in that type of style, Definitely recommend checking it out. But that's me for this one. If you enjoyed the beats, enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, let me know exactly what you think. Subscribe for more videos. Be sure to check me out on all my social medias as well, and my music and all streaming platforms, all linked down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
They don't know what it takes for you to chase your dreams. All these sacrifices don't know what it brings. This just feels so right, yeah. This just feels so right, yeah. Blinded by the light.